Mm. Okay, so what's the use of ngif? Where do we use it, ngif?
If we provide some condition
Hmm.
for false, we
Hmm.
need to check any condition, and after that, we need to execute the block. So we are using the if
What we have to import to use the ngif?
and if we need to import in our component.
Okay. Everyone tried the task or not? Make sure you are completing the task. At least try some. Then only those who are learning Angular for the first time. If you are already working and if you already know, it doesn't matter if you do or not. But those who are learning for the first time, if you are not doing it, then you won't understand properly. Okay. So what ngif requires? What ngif requires?
Boolean true or
See,
false.
if I hover on that, what it needs? Boolean. So it
Boolean.
doesn't matter that Boolean value you get it from a variable, from a comparison, or directly you can pass true and false also. We tried that also. Okay. One more way is there, but I will explain that in some days. Now, so then ng4. We created route for ng4. Now. So now whenever you create component, create the route and then add the link in your navbar. Same thing will happen. ng4. We'll go over here. Okay, your component is getting loaded. Some of that be on mute. Now, ngif was responsible to hide and show, but it's not actually hide and showing. It was actually creating new element and again removing it. Whenever that condition gets satisfied, it was creating element. If the condition doesn't satisfied, it was removing that element. Okay. Now, ngFor is like a for loop. In the name itself, we have for. Okay. So, normal for loop on which, if I say in the programming, for loop, where do we use for loop? Where do we use for loop in normal programming?
For iterating array.
Right? Just array or something else? Not every time we require array to use the for loop. Do we require array every time if we have to use the for loop?
No, sir.
No.
Right?
No,
We can
no.
specify number also, like up to 10, up to 5, right? That is also possible. But when it comes to Angular, if we have to use ngFor, we need array only. We cannot iterate on the number like 10 times, 5 times. We need array only. Okay. Let's create array now. I'm creating city list colon. It will be string of array like this. Okay. First element, second element, third element, fourth element. Pune, Nagpur, Jaipur, Bhopal. So we created array of city. Now let's say whatever the element you have in the city list, I said we have to display that in some particular element. Let's say ULLI, the most famous one, ULLI. So we have UL and inside that LI. So which element we have to repeat from ULLI?
City list. City list.
Li.
Li we have to
Which
repeat.
element I have to iterate from this?
Li.
LI, right? Let's try iterating UL first. Or let's do it, then we will go the vice versa. So Li is the element which we want to iterate. Okay, how many element of city list has, that much time my Li should be created dynamically. Clear?
Yes,
Understood
sir.
everyone?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
Yes.
so on this element, you will add the for loop, but before that, you need to import ngFor. Okay. Just like we did it with ngif. If we have to use ngif, you import it. Just like that, ngFor we have to import. Now, this is the element which I want to iterate. So on this element, starting tag, you will write star ng for equal to double quote. Let, it's like we are creating a variable inside the for loop. Okay. Let city of, then your variable name, city list. Okay. And inside this, you will use interpolation. And here you will use this variable, whatever the variable you created over here, city over here. Okay. Normally you till now, you know, like in interpolation, you can just only use variable, right? But now if we are in the ngFor, we can use the whatever the variable name we have given in ngFor. Let's save and check. So see, we got 4 li. Let me inspect and show it also. So see, we got one UL and inside that we got 4 li. Clear? Vikrant, please be on mute now if you are not speaking. Okay. So we had an array. In that array, we had some element. Now I wanted that element to iterate on some particular element. So we use whatever the element you want to iterate on that element, you will add star ngFor and your syntax, let city of city list. Do I have to give city only or can I give anything over here?
Any name can
So
be given.
where
Anything
is
you
the
can.
city variable? Where is that city variable? Like, can you please?
Here we declared. Here only we have declared this. Let, just like where.
In the interpolation,
Yeah,
you
this
gave city,
you
right?
you
Okay.
created variable over
Okay,
here and
got
that you
it.
are using over here. Okay.
So you're saying that first we have the variable called like a variable
City
called
list.
city list,
Hmm.
out of which we are creating another variable called
Hmm.
city,
Yes.
and we are showing that city in that
Interpolation.
li.
It's like for loop. In city, every time you will get the new element. Just like we write the for loop, for each loop. You remember in JavaScript, we have seen that for each loop. In for each, we used
Yes,
to
sir.
get directly value, right? We were not doing
Yes.
that city list of 0, 1, 2. In for each loop, we were directly getting the value, just like that. So in city, directly you get the next element.
Okay.
Now, let's say I want the buttons to be dynamic. Class B. Okay. So I want this button to be dynamic. What number of cities I have, that much buttons I should be creating. So on this button, I will write star ngFor. One more thing. This variable you created, the scope of this variable will be up to this element. You cannot access this city after this li. See, you will get the error. Okay. Whenever you create any variable on the ngFor, that variable you will be able to access on that particular element only, not outside that element. That's the scope of it. Okay. Now, star ngFor let city of city list. Now this city and this city are same or different,
Different.
Different,
right?
sir.
So here I can give different name also. Okay, just we should not get confused. Here city name.
So if we create the variable, that variable is only limited for that loop only,
That
right, sir?
button only. Yeah,
Button, okay.
whatever the element you say. Up to
Okay.
that only. That's the scope of it. You cannot use that element after that element. So see, we
Okay.
got that many buttons. Let's add some spacing also. How do we add a spacing on button? I need spacing from both the side.
Margins.
No. Yeah, margin is
M2.
also there. Again,
Padding.
M2.
margin padding is there. Again,
M2.
P.
Margin.
margin padding, I have said. Again, let's say M2 you will do or P2 you will do. Again, what do we have?
Gap.
Yeah, what's that class I'm asking?
MX.
MX. Okay. MX is also one of the class. See what it does. Margin right and left. I said left and right. So MX is the right class for that. Okay. Clear, everyone?
Yes.
So we created
Yes.
buttons. Again, simply span also I can create. Okay. So this same for loop I will copy paste now on the span tag. And here I will print city name. I will have span created. All the element, even div also you can iterate. Even div also you can iterate. Clear? This is your for
Yes.
loop.
So here, what is the span that it's, I didn't understand the span thing.
Span just like a label, div, right? P tag, just like the
Mhm.
span. Just a normal display element, just like label, paragraph, div. Okay. It's a inline element, not a block element.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Now, let's say we have a drop down. Select option. I need to use whatever the cities I have. I need to show that in the drop down. Where I should use the for loop.
Select.
Option.
Just a minute. Okay. So let's try using the for loop on the select. See what happens. ng for let city of city list. Okay. And here I will print my city. What should happen? What should happen?
City display.
The city name should be comes in the
No,
drop
no,
down.
no. If you write this code like this, what should happen?
In the drop down.
City should be
How many
selected.
how many drop down will be there? One.
Sir,
Four.
See,
Four drop
we
down.
have 4 drop down with one option. Because what we did, we iterated drop down. So this will be repeated 4 times, and inside every drop down, we will just have one option. Do you see?
Okay.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it's
So
your
we have to do
common
it on
sense.
option. Right?
Yeah, it's your common sense where you will use it. Okay. It won't show any error. It won't break anything, nothing, but it won't be useful to you. So we need one drop down and options will be multiple. So that's what I said. Whatever the element you want to iterate on that element only, you will use option. Now we have got single drop down with multiple option. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Can you show the code once?
Yeah. Understood? Okay. Now, on what element again we can use ng for? We have seen ULLI, buttons we have seen, span we have seen, drop down also we have seen. Is there any another element where we can use this?
table, sir.
Hmm?
Table.
Table also we can use, but can we use table just to show array of string? Table we can use, but is it proper way of using table to show the array of string? What kind of data we show in the table?
Object kind of data, sir.
Hmm?
Object kind of data.
Right? Multiple data, right? Because we have multiple column inside that like that. Okay. So let's see. Now we will, instead of string of array, we will create student list. First of all, everyone is clear how we are using ng for?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm creating array of object. I'm going with any, okay? Curly bracket. Let's say ID, or let's say name, city, Pune, mobile, is active, false, grade B. Okay, so this is my one object, so I need to copy paste it. I will change the values then. Mhm. Okay, BB, CCC, Mumbai, Jaipur, Home, Home, Row. Here I will say A, C, and D. Okay, so see, I have created a list of student. Now student list contain multiple properties, name, city, like that. So first again, we will use the drop down only. Can I show student list in the drop down? First of all, can I use the student list
No,
to show
sir.
into the drop down?
No, no, sir.
Yes, we can. You might have seen when you use you might have used any application where you get to see some drop down, employee drop down, department drop down, something like that. Everything we can
That's
show it anywhere. Whole information you won't be able to show, na?
yeah, that's what I'm saying, because it's all the different information,
Right.
right? Okay.
But let's say you have some fees form. So there you need to show the student drop down, which student fees you are filling. So consider you have a fees page, fees form. There you need to select the student, na? So you will show student drop down. So do we need to show all the information in that scenario? Just the
No.
name will be enough?
Yes,
Name
yes.
is enough.
Okay. Yesterday, okay, you must not have joined that Red Bus booking application. We showed the location, from location and to location. So where there also we use the location, right? So we can show it.
Yes, what is my understanding was like only for one field, if it is a one field we can show,
No.
but not all the information
It's
which is
not
in the
required
object.
that whatever you have it in over here, everything you need to use it. You can use limited things also.
Limited.
Okay.
Yes.
So let stud of student list, and here you will use interpolation. Stud. Now, what do we get in stud now? What do we get in stud?
The whole array.
We'll get the object. Yeah.
Why whole array? Here in city name, what you were getting?
Name of the city.
Particular city, na? Particular
Yes, yeah.
element. It's like for loop. You get the particular element. So just like that in stud, what you will get?
First object.
Student object.
Element. What do we have in element? Object. See now over here, what we did, we iterated on the city list. So in city, what do we got? Each time one element, but in element, we had a string value. So directly we printed it. Same like
Okay.
that, over here, we got element, but element is an object. So we got
Object, okay.
object over here. Understood?
Okay, sir. Yes,
Now,
yeah.
can I print object? So it will be
No.
like object. So what I need to do over here?
Print each element, each
Dot
Dot name.
name.
Dot
Let's say I
name.
just want to showcase the name.
One quick question, like student list, any is that any data type? Like
Yeah,
is it
any is a
representing
data
object?
type. Any is a data type. It's a dynamic data type. Okay, we will see that.
Is it like where? Where?
Yeah, in .NET we have Arna just like that. You can
Okay.
see. Okay. So from our student list, here I have showcased the name only. Let's say after that you need to show the, what do we say? City also. So again, one more interpolation. Stud dot city. Now in the dropdown, you are showing name and the city. Clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But let's say we want to show the whole information. So if you want to show the whole information, your table will be the right choice. 6. Table. Those who already know, just stay silent, okay? TR, PH. What do we have? Let's say serial number. City. Mobile. Status, that active and deactive we have now. And grade. Then after T head, what do we have? T body, correct? TR.
Yes, sir.
How many TH we have? That many TD we need, or less or more. Okay.
Same.
Now tell me on which element we have to use NG for.
TD element.
Rows.
Let's try one
TR.
TD first. Okay. So you mean to say on all the TD I will use for loop, or only on one
Only
TD?
on one tier.
One TD.
Let's try
One
with TD
tier.
first. Okay. Let's do the wrong, then we will go with the right way. Oh, it's not suggesting. And here I will say what I need to print over here then. Let's say I printed name. Then where I print city mobile. Let's try this first.
Then do it on TR and print all the
Yeah.
ones in TD.
Someone said na TD, na? I wanted to check that. So see what it did. It created in one row, it has created multiple TD. Do we need like this?
No.
No, na?
No.
Let's add the table class. It should be like whatever the record we have, multiple TR should be there, and multiple time, all in each column, every that same information we have to show. So if we use for loop on the TD only, it won't fulfill our need. So we have TR and T body. So where we should use the for loop?
TR.
TR. Okay, we can use on T body also, it will look the same, but actually T body should be single and TR should be multiple. Okay. Now, so we have used for loop on the TR, on the parent element. Now in all the inside child element, we can use this tool. Remember what I said? When you use ng for, the scope of that variable will be on that element only. So TR start over here and end over here. So in between you can use the stud now. Okay. So first is like serial number. Okay. So serial number we will do later. First, let's see the remaining thing. So here again stud dot. What do we need to print over here in third TD?
Mobile.
Mobile. See now. Oh, we forgot name. Name, city, mobile. City. Let me just copy paste now. Name, city, mobile is active and grade. Save. Now see, you got a proper table. So we created multiple TR and inside that TDs are fixed. So that TDs will also get created like that. Understood? So whenever you have to show the information inside the table, you will iterate the TR, and in the TD, you will show the multiple information from this particular object. Okay. Clear, everyone?
Sir, can you repeat if you don't mind, please?
Yeah. So see, whenever we have to show the multiple data, this is case in the TR, and one more way will be there that we use card sometime. So whatever the element you want to iterate, when we say our table, so our structure is like TR should be multiple rows, right? And inside
Yes.
that rows, how many th you said at the top, that much td should be there. So we created that structure and we iterated tr. So that many time tr will be created, and in each tr, that much tds are there. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now remaining is the serial number. So when we use ng-for, so ng-for also has some properties. Okay. So now we are saying the first property. So after this, you need to give semicolon. Then you are creating another variable, serial number equal to. In that, you need to store index. Index is a property which is available on the ng-for. You get the 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is your variable. This you will use it over here in the interpolation. Okay. See now, what do we got? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the normal indexing we get in for loop. Array,
No.
right? But is it good? Something is wrong over here,
Yeah.
It should start from 1, but it's
Right?
still, yeah.
it should start from 1. So remember that day, yesterday in JavaScript, we saw template literal. In template literal, we can add also, just like that same thing, we are adding +1 over here. Whatever the value we got in this variable, we are just adding +1 to it. So now it will start from 1. Understood? Clear? Everyone? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is how we use for loop on the table. Okay. One more way is there how we use for loop. Bootstrap card. Where is Bootstrap card? Card. Yeah, this card I will use. Sometimes we show the data inside the table, or sometimes we have to showcase in the card also. It's according to your application, what application you are using, like that we use it. Okay. So student data I want to showcase inside this card. Now tell me which div I have to iterate.
Card body. Div.
Card body I will iterate. Let's
Yes.
try. Okay. Now here I will show stud dot name. Then here we will show mobile stud dot city I will show. And let's say here we have some edit and the delete button. Okay. It has created like this. Is it correct? We added for loop on the card body. So it has created multiple card body in a single card. See, we have a single card. Inside that multiple card body got created. So this is the UI you got. So is this correct?
No. You
No,
have
it's
to
not.
card
Okay.
only.
So where we have to use the for loop?
Card.
Okay. Let's move this over. Yeah, we got card, but still it is correct. How it should be? What's the space then? What you are going to use this?
All
So we have to use it on the
Call
call. Okay. Now you will see it is perfect. This looks better. Again, we need some spacing also. So we can just add PT2 over here, padding top 2. Okay. Now your card is looking like this. Clear? So it's very important. You should understand where you have to use the for loop. We tried on card body, then card, but on the call, it looks perfect. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So if you have array of object, either employee list, student list, product list, you can show either use table or you can use card also to show the data.
In grid, sir.
In
Grid.
Yeah, this is table means grade, no? Grade means,
Okay.
see, either you will show the data into the table or in the card. Okay, only
Okay.
two mediums are there. Again, like if we use third-party level table only, but it will have searching, pagination, so many sorting, so many things will be there. But again, it will be a table only. So either you will show the data into the card or the table. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Chetan,
But this card doesn't look nice, right, sir?
We just copied it, na? The basic card only. We
Okay.
can, that's the CSS part then. What it has to do with Angular, right? We can add the CSS some. Yeah.
can we use looping on text box also, or
Anything, any
anything?
element.
Okay.
Here we created buttons, right? Let's say I need a text box input. I will use the for loop on this text box. See, it has created 4 text box. What else we can do with this?
Even for checkbox also, right?
Any element. Okay.
Okay.
Any element. So we have created 4 because we had 4 cities. So 4 text box it has created. What else is remaining over here? What should be done over here?
Values.
Values we can print. So how do we assign a dynamic value to the text box?
NG model, sir.
No. NG model, yes, but here we don't have a variable, no? What else we can use over here to
Value.
assign a
Value
value
equal to
attribute, na?
Yes.
Square bracket value is equal
City
to
name.
city name. So now your text box will render with the value. See, understood? Clear? Can I use checkbox over here on the city list to iterate just like we have used text box? Can I iterate on checkbox? Yes, we
Yes,
can
we can
iterate, but
iterate.
value won't be because we have string value, so it won't matter because checkbox need true and false value. Okay, clear? On all the element, even div, label, span, whatever the element you have, on each element you can use for loop. There is not a single element like we cannot use for loop. Let's try creating array of Boolean also. Let's say Boolean list colon Boolean array is equal to true, true, false, false, true. Okay, so I have a Boolean array. Over here, input checkbox. Okay, on this element I will use star ng for let city, bool val of Boolean list. Now here value equal to double quote, and here you will pass your variable. Why it is not checked? Value Boolean. Do we need check property over here? Yeah. Okay. So check property, because remember from JavaScript also, when we used to read the text box value, we used to get it in the val. But when it was checkbox, how we used to read the text checkbox value?
Check.
Check the
Check
property.
If we use dot value from the checkbox, what we
Check.
used to get?
checked.
Checked property we read, na? If you need the
Yeah.
checkbox value checked or not. So that's why. So if you pass the Boolean value, if you are using ng model, it will work fine. But if you are using property binding, you cannot use value. You need to have the checked property.
Checked. Yeah.
Okay.
Why it is selected checked only if you
Value value worked with only that text box text area, na? but checkbox is having that boolean value, bit
Property,
value.
yeah.
So checked property, 0 or 1.
Okay. My question is like why it has only checked one, two,
No, see now.
three.
True,
See
Okay.
the
true,
value.
false, false, true.
Okay. Oh,
So true, true, false, false, true.
got it. Okay.
Okay. Clear all? Anyone having again mind? Any confusion like can we use on this or not? Can we use
Sir, if we want to display check property with the label, so
label only, na? We use the span just like that label also. Instead of span, you can use label, same thing. Okay. Can we use on BR?
No.
Again goes my question. We can use on any element. Just now I said, na? There is no restriction. Okay. Let's try it. See, it has added 4 breaks. Let me show you. See, clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Stick to the basic. We can use ng for on any element.
Buttons. Okay. Okay.
Buttons already we use. Can I use on HR?
Yes.
Right? So it will create that many line. See, for HR it has created. Understood? Any
Yes, sir.
element, whatever the element you have, you can iterate on it. Okay. But obviously, this variable you won't be able to use it over here. Okay. But let's say you have a scenario like whatever the number of record you have, that much time you need the break. You have to use it. I have used it one time. That's why I know remember that. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Chetan,
Hmm.
in line number 9, I have a small question.
Hmm.
We are using property binding here.
Yes.
This city name is a local variable, right?
Of this.
Is it necessary like to do that square bracket is necessary in this case?
No, so
Because
we can go with interpolation also. Yeah, local, it's a variable, but you cannot directly print it. Na? This is like very text content. Now it will
yes,
show the city name, city name. You
correct.
are trying to access a variable. Doesn't matter it is coming from your .ts or from over here. Interpolation or property binding. You can use interpolation also.
Interpolation.
Anything. Okay.
Yeah.
But you cannot directly use it. You cannot access variable directly, either in double quote or as a property binding, double curly braces or property binding. Only 2 ways.
Yeah.
Okay. Clear,
Both are
everyone?
vulnerable.
Yeah. Who was speaking? Clear now?
Yes.
See, everything, whatever possible was, we have covered. Again, don't keep any mind like we can use this or not. Okay. Now we are just combining ngif and ngfor. Okay, I'm combining both the topic now. In normal application, when we work on any project now, I don't have any example right now. Let's try. So let's say you are working on a project and you are, just give me 5 minutes. I will be back. Okay. So see, let's say you are working on an employee management or some student application. In table, we are showing false, false, true, true. Let's say if you don't understand programming, will this make sense? False, true, false, true. Let's say if we show this grid to your mother and father, they will understand what is false and true.
No.
So what we have to show it over here? What we should show over here?
Active.
Active,
Active.
right?
To a
Deactive,
color
something we can show, na?
green plus.
If it is active, we can show some different color. For deactive, with some different color, right? Now,
Yes.
status. So here we are directly showing. Wait, why it is active L? By creating variable, we created like this. Oh, get it. Okay. So now we were directly printing it over here. But now instead of printing, let's say I have a span tag over here, active with some different color, text success, one more span with danger color, and I will say deactive. Okay. Currently both, why it is having higher? This has some different font size and this has some different font size. Why?
Yeah, different.
Right?
Maybe the class.
No, it's okay. In text danger, we have higher size at 22 px. And how come? Text classes are only for the color, but why in text danger we have size?
Added.
No, we added it. See, this is coming from.
Oh,
Where is
yes.
text danger coming from?
Danger.
Our
Style.
CSS. Remember
Yeah,
when we were checking that classes, now we created this. It's overriding that. Okay, now it is fine. So we have active and deactive both printed. What should be, what we have to do it over here,
We need to use ng.
right?
yeah.
So at the time only active or deactive should be visible. Now tell me how we write the condition. Star ng if. What do we need to write it over here?
Studio.
Stud dot this property
To
equal to true.
True.
If it is true, we will show this, and vice versa of it. What will be the vice versa of it?
False.
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 But we are getting error on this. What is that error?
We need to import ng.
Right? If we are using
Yeah.
ngif, we need to import it. ngif. So see, if it is false, deactive, deactive, true, active. Now we don't need to print this. Understood?
Yeah.
Now this will make sense to everybody. Okay. Same thing with grade. Okay. With grade, what we can do. Here we will add condition. Let's say, what value we have said. Let's say if student has D, we will say fail, and remaining we will say pass.
Pass.
Okay. So span fail, one more span passed. Okay. Now, when we have to display this,
ng star and
star ng if equal to, if student dot grade equal to, we can have to
Grade.
compare with D.
Yeah,
Okay. And what will be the condition? No, sorry.
failed.
So it should be vice versa. No? Fail. This is correct over here. What should be condition on the past?
Not.
Not equal to. Okay.
Yeah.
See now. B pass. Only for D we got fail. Clear? Understood everyone?
Yes.
Now we don't need to print this. So this is how inside ngFor also we can use ngIf. But instead of using variable, we are now accessing the for loop instance data. This stood. Okay. Clear all?
Yes, sir.
Anyone having
Yes,
any
sir.
doubt? Okay. Now, when we work on any project now, and if the that project is going to be used by multiple users, let's say, if we talk about banking application, does bank really care about the UI, what customer is going to use? Do they care about the UI? Do they have to make their website or let's say if we talk about SBI only, specific to SBI. Let's say you are designing an application for the SBI customer. SBI really care about the customer, how that look and feel should, no, customer should feel very great while using my website. Does SBI feel like that?
No, purpose
No, no.
logical.
So if you
Logic.
visit their branch, they won't talk to you properly. So why they will care about your website? Okay. But let's say if it is, what do we say? Uh, that hotel chain. What is the hotel chain? What's the name of that hotel chain? Startup. Ola, Uber, and Co. What do we use to do book the hotel? What's that app?
Oyo.
Oyo. Okay. So if it is Oyo, will Oyo founder will make sure na that customer will be happy while using its website
Yes.
because it's his product, right?
Yes.
So when we are creating application for the customer and that we have to maintain our customer base, user should feel properly, right? That they are using something. So when we work on application like that, na, let's say you have a student list. Forget about that OYO. You are creating an application. You have created a product for school management, and that school management application, that product, multiple schools are going to use. Okay, and consider this as a student list page. Now,
Okay.
in so many application, we have to provide a way. Like here, we will have some button over here, toggle. So if you click on toggle, list view will be visible. If you again click, card view will be visible. We need to showcase, we need to provide a way for both of the ways, either table or the card. So what you will choose, now our card is very basic, but card are more fancy also. Let's use ChatGPT quickly. I need to show student details in card design bootstrap. Provide me a well user friendly card design. Let's see what it gets. Okay. Where is the card? From here, card started. Now this was our basic card we got from the bootstrap. This is the card they have given. Okay. We currently don't have image in our student list, but let it be. So student name, we don't have ID also, but I will keep it as static. Then mobile we will show over here, and city we will show it over here. Let's comment our bootstrap card. So see, now we don't have image, but if we had the image, let's just you can ask him also. Insert some placeholder image. Anyone have used, but placeholder only. Now why it is not showing? Yeah. Now this card looks proper. Okay. So sometimes now can we show image into the table? Will it look good?
No, it doesn't.
No.
Right? Then why we have two ways to show the data? Table is also there and card is also there. When to use table and when to use card?
Bank application.
No. Don't focus on any particular application. I'm asking when we should go for table and when we should go for card.
Card for full
When we
detail.
have to
No, card for
show
limited
image.
information.
Okay.
Table will show
But
when
table
we
is for
just
whole thing, because in table you can show so many column, na?
Yeah.
But in card you cannot show all the information. Limited information you can show it over here. Okay? But it makes your application more user friendly or trendy. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, so let's add. Let's make this image small. Height 100 px. Okay. Now it got broke because we don't have the image like that. Now, when we work on an application where UI is very important for the users, so we show a button over here, card, and just to toggle the view, because in the same page user can see card view also and the table view also. Okay, if he want to see all the information, he will choose the table mode or the card mode. Okay, so where is that? Instead of this in the table, I will create one more row called 12, and here I will have the table. Okay. Now we have two different rows. In one row we have card and in one row we have table. Okay. Let's create row called 12, and here I will have a button. Class btn primary toggle view text end. Okay. So see, we have this button. We have card view also, and after that we have table view also. If I click on it, my card should be visible. Again, if I click on it, my table should be visible. Task is clear to everyone?
Yeah.
This is very real-time scenario. Okay.
Yes.
In my last two projects we had, current is banking. So in banking, as I said, even if it is a Citibank, JP Morgan, banking won't think of the customer that much. Okay. Clear?
Yes.
So how you will do it now? How many variable, how many functions you will be needing? What will be your thought process? On button click, we just need to toggle this UI, either this card view or this table view. How you will do it? This is nothing but your logic.
Create one variable is table show. We can use it boolean on the
Right.
click.
So we can create one variable with Boolean value. If that variable is true, we will show this. If false, we will show this. And on click of it, we just need to toggle. We just need to vice versa that value. Correct?
Got it. Yeah. Correct.
Okay. Or you can go for a string also. Then you need to store the string value into it, and you will compare it. Anything. Okay. So we will say is table view Boolean. By default, I'm making it true. Now this variable, I will use it on this row, star ng if. So this is for card. Okay. I'm using the same thing over here also. So this is our card. What do we need it over here? Is this correct? Or do we need to change anything? See,
Not.
This is
Not.
due for the table,
Not.
right?
Not.
So here we
Yeah.
need to add not, either not or equal to false.
False.
Okay, and here equal to true. See. So see, by default we said this variable value true. So only this div got rendered. We just had a table. But now on click of it, what we need to do?
We have to show the code.
Yeah, but what we need to
False.
do? We need to change that variable to false, correct?
Yeah.
So do I need to create function or I can just change the variable over here only?
No need to function.
Right? No need to create the function. Here also you can directly change the variable value. How? Equal to not of this. Means whatever the current value we have, vice versa of that. Because Boolean, na? Vice versa of Boolean will be, if it is true, false. False, true. So no need of function also. Here only you are changing the variable value. See now. Understood?
Yes.
So this is
Yeah.
very real-time example of ngIf. Instead of toggle button, we use that icons. Font, awesome icon. I don't know, like if you have seen that, but we have some icon just specifically for this. Oh, we have opened this font awesome for. We have two icons for grid and the. See, this is for grid and card. Some more icon was there. Table. See. So we will have two table. Let's use this. Is the bootstrap. Let me get the font or some link, CDN link. We have done that, okay? But again, that button doesn't look good, correct?
Mm.
The font awesome. Shipping. Font awesome. Now we didn't install the font awesome, but for now I'm adding the link into my index.html just for the time being, okay? But we don't normally do this, okay? Now, so my point was this button doesn't look good, right? Some user might not be able to understand this, like what this might do. We are creating application not for ourselves. We are creating application for the user, considering user knows the computer, knows the web application or not, right? So your UI should be that much informative also, right? Correct or no?
Yes.
So instead of this, we use icons. So let's say this table and card. Where was that? No, grid now. So we have this two icon, okay? Now see what we are trying. Now here, instead of having button, I will have this icon and this icon. Now we will comment this. Let's make it bigger. Style, font. Size 30px. Okay. So now we have this two icon. What should we do? What it should happen over here?
Yeah, for table, this
We have two icons. So at a time, both the icons should be visible or only a single icon should be visible,
single icon.
right? If we are
Yeah.
on the table mode, we should have this other
Card.
card should
Yeah.
be visible. If you are on the card, then table should be visible.
Correct.
Okay. So again, we can use the same variable over here. Now we have to use ngIf also and click also, correct?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this click event also, I will use it at both the places. Let's see this first. So currently table mode is there. If I click on it, see happening, but both the icons are visible. So we need one icon only visible at a time. So star ng if equal to this and this. So this is for table. So if it is table, we have to make a false of it. Let's see.
Yes.
See, currently we are in the table, so we got card icon visible. If I click table, understood?
Yes, sir.
I don't understand like how NGF is.
Hmm?
Okay, NGF is table view.
See, if the table view variable is false, we have to show the vice
Okay.
versa of it.
Okay.
Currently we are in the what do we say, card view. So icon should be to go back to the table, na? So we have table icon available. If we are on the table, if you have to go to the card, so that's why card. Clear?
This I understood, like code in the code.
Hmm.
NGF, base table view. Okay.
Either true or false also you can compare.
Okay.
Okay. And on respective click, we are just changing the vice versa value.
Okay.
What was happening on the single button that we just did it on the two icons. This is more user friendly. Understood? And this is an interrupt task also. They will ask you to toggle between grid and the list view mode. This is how you do it. Clear all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So understood ng4?
Yes, sir.
Now someone will say this is static. Can we make this also dynamic? This is static,
Yes.
na?
Yes.
Consider like in every page you are going to have this functionality. So keeping this code, HTML code in every component, it will be repeated.
Yes. It
So
is
you can
usable.
iterate this also. You can create an array of these classes and you can iterate on it and you can add a dynamic class and again your code will change. But that we won't cover right now. Other might get confused. Those who are working, though, they can think of it. Instead of having this, we can do a for loop on this also. So we do, or we can create a reusable component of this also. When we create the reusable component, remind me, we will convert this into reusable another component. So in a single place, we will have this. Okay.
Yes.
Anyone having any question? Again, so many things are there in for loop, but right now I'm not explaining all
Sir,
that.
if we are remove the click, so is it work? Only keep
Nothing will work, na? On
nothing.
click of it, we are actually changing the variable value. Now, if you remove the click, that variable value is not going to change.
Change. Okay.
Right?
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So see, yesterday we saw ngif. Today we saw ngFor, and ngFor we are using ngif. Tomorrow we are going to see ng class. Again in ng class, we will use ngif and ngFor also. So all the topics are dependent. So if you are not practiced yesterday's, you won't be able to get it today's topic also because I'm combining both of the topic. So that's why I'm saying again and again, make sure you are doing practice of the task. Okay. Fine. Anyone having any doubt or else we can stop?
Chetan, I have a doubt in the task.
Yeah. Which one?
Can you open mini project ideas? Yeah.
JavaScript or Angular?
Angular. Yesterday's task, ngif.
ngif.
Yeah, task 4. So there are 3 checkboxes are there, right?
Correct.
So usually radio button only we can select only one if you use more than one. But here checkbox.
Okay. So see, here you need that logic. If it was a radio button, it was very easy because we got a single value which radio button got selected. That was very easy. But in checkbox, what we need to do, let's say we have 3 checkbox. Once I select the teacher, let's say teacher is selected, so this teacher variable will get true. Correct?
Correct.
Both the other variable are false. So if you select sport teacher now, so what you need to do, other 2 checkbox you need to make it false. On change of it, right? You will write change event, and on change of sport person, other 2 variable you will make it false. Then they will act as a group. On musician, these 2 variable you will make it false. Understood?
Yes, I understood.
Like that you will able to manage. If it is a radio button, that's very easy. That's why I have used checkbox, because that is the logic you need to write it over here. One variable, one checkbox got checked, other two checkboxes you need to make it false. Then it will look like they are acting as a group. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah.
And task
Once
2,
you do,
Task.
2.
Hmm.
Yeah, I created 3 div, but when I click mobile,
Hmm.
just suggest me on the variable should be create an object or array or something string.
See,
So what we should.
this also you can make it dynamic. You can create array of this. Okay. Instead of having this mobile laptop static, you can make this also dynamic, but don't go like that. Just create this 3 div static or button. On click of it, you create a variable and store a value mobile onto that. On click of laptop, you will store a laptop. Means you will have a single variable. You get to know user clicked on which div, because on click of it, you are passing some value from this respective click event that you are storing into a variable. That variable you will use it over here. You will have 3 different divs, and ngif, if variable is equal to mobile, you will show this div, otherwise laptop, otherwise camera. So 3 different divs will be over here.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Just
Thank
to
you, sir.
complete this task now, we have around 5 to 6 ways, different ways. 5 to 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just to
Sure.
complete this task, there are multiple ways how we can do it. We can keep everything static. We can make it everything dynamic. You can create a single variable, or instead of creating a variable also, you can create an object also. So many ways there are to complete this task. Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
can
Thanks.
you once go to the platform like where you're toggling between grid and table view? Yes.
Okay. Angular, no? See, we have 2 different
If
divs.
okay.
One is for card and one is for table.
Right.
So this variable will decide which view should be visible. If this variable value is true, our table will be visible. If false, our card will be visible. Clear?
Okay. Yeah.
Now we have 2 different icon. On click of it, we just change the variable value. So either it will be true or false. So either table will be visible or the card will be visible.
Okay, so on click.
We are just vice versa the value. We
Okay,
are
you're
just assigning the
changing
value.
okay.
If
On
this
click, you're
variable is
just
true, what value?
got it.
Vice
You're
versa,
changing it
false.
to false.
This you
Okay,
can use
so
if your variable data type is Boolean only, not with the string.
got it. Okay.
Okay. And same like icon should be visible. Now that's why again we are using ngFalse over here.
Okay, got it. Okay, yeah. Now I understand.
Yeah. Anyone else? Okay. Fine then. Let's connect tomorrow. And make sure you are joining the JavaScript session also. Okay. Don't skip that.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Good.
So just a reminder, I asked you to take a session for us for the CV preparation.
CV preparation na let me ping. Devendra is there now. He had what do we say? Let me check. He has taken that paid subscription from Naukri, and how we make our CV that ATS with ATS score, and what things we should do when it comes to Naukri and LinkedIn. So he has done a proper R&D. He was basically a UX person. UI UX means he was only design, means up till now he has around, let's say, what do we say? Around 7 to 8 years of experience, but he was only limited to the UI designing. But now that role is not there, right? It's slowly getting removed. Either you are a .NET developer, Java developer, Angular developer, React developer. You has to only design the UI, you will write the code, correct? So
Yes.
he almost around 6 to 7 months he was struggling just to find a job because he was only limited to UI designing. He has completed the course from me in Angular, but still completing the course was not sufficient because I was repeatedly telling him like complete the project. He understood all the topic, but understanding the concept is not going to help you because you haven't completed the project in while working. You were limited to UI designing. So if some practical questions are there, you won't be able to have that much confidence, right? So he struggled up to 7 to 8 months just to find the job after having 7 to 8 years of experience. So imagine like how much R&D he might have done while job search and everything. So finally he got
Sir,
frustrated and then purchased him. So he will take that session. Okay.
Sure, sir. Yeah. Whenever it
He
is
will guide better.
everyone.
Sir, can you please push this code to some repository? I don't know, like you are already doing it or.
No, that's what I said now. Just wait for some basic topic. You have to do it on your own. If I
Oh.
provide you the code now, you won't be doing it. That's what I'm not pushing. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Chetan, before closing this, we have to, import this ng directive every components, right? So wherever we are using.
Right.
So instead, is there any way to create our custom directive where we can import all this ng
Not
for
directive.
ng?
You will create a module,
Mm.
and in that module you will import all this. Then module you will import over here instead of manually.
That's
But again,
yeah.
like that will what the power of standalone we have now, that will do the vice versa of it. Then it doesn't matter if you are creating a module and then you are using it over here now, you are changing the definition of standalone then. Standalone means everything, whatever it need, it should be there only. It should not be dependent on any other file. That's the power of standalone. Previously, we used to do that. We used to create shared module, whatever the common things we need now, we used to import it over, and that shared module we used to use it everywhere. But in standalone, that definition gets changed then. If you are doing the old way, we can do, but that definition will get changed. Again, your component is dependent on somewhere else. Got it?
Okay, just for an experience, maybe you can have session on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say you created a module. Inside that you have imported ng for ng. Okay. And wherever you need that, you will import that module. Let's say in one component in ng, we didn't import the ng for. We are not using ng for, but still that got imported, na?
Yes.
So unnecessary import is there. That's why. Whatever you need, you import that over here only. You are not disturbing another thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There are pros and cons, obviously. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Chetan.
Gopi, you can directly click on download, na? You get button over there at the right corner, I think, when you open the recording. You can download. Yeah.
Chetan, that module versus a standalone is something like does it make your application lightweight?
Yeah, standalone will make your application lightweight. As I said, na, let's say you created a module where you are going to put your commonly used imports. Okay, ng for ng, ng class, ng style. And that module, instead of writing this everywhere, you will use that module over here. But let's say in one component, you are just using ng for out of it. But still ng if, ng class and ng, that other code is also there imported. So that's the theory behind standalone. Like it is dependent on that particular component. It's not dependent on any outside state. Whatever it needs, we have to import it over there only.
Okay, it is something like use what you need.
Yeah. Use what you need and keep it over there only. You are not disturbing any other file in any other thing in your project. Okay. Standalone. Whatever it needs, it is there. Okay. Anyone else? Fine. Wait, let me show the task of ng4 also. So here we see the drop down is currently empty. Okay. If I add Pune. On click of add city, see Pune is there. And we are showing the count also. Nagpur. Instead of creating static array, it is dynamic. First task. Then create a string of languages and you have to show it into the button. Additional is, if you click on it, that gets selected. See? Second task. Third is, let's say I want to print the table. In JavaScript, we have printed the table. Let's say if I say 5, print table, see, 5's table got printed. Try this. This is very, you need to think how you will do it properly.
Yeah.
Okay. Because as I said, ng4 cannot work on 10 element, 5 element. It needs an array. Okay. So think of this, how you will do it. Then create two array of city from station and to station you can bind. Then this is just a simple table, but here we have first element, we have to add some different color and last element we have to add different color. I didn't explain this, but you can explore. Then what do we have? We have to create city and state and bind it to the city ID. You have to create array of object with city ID, city name, state ID, state name. Okay. Maharashtra, you get city from the Maharashtra. If you select Goa, you get city from, that is not happening. I thought like that. Okay. We just want to show the selected city ID. So you have to create array of object for city ID, city name, then in state ID and state name. So you have to bind the city name, state name over here, and in the value you have to bind state ID, just like over here also. And in the ng model, you will get the selected city ID and the state ID, not the name. Okay. So 6 tasks are there. And in JavaScript also, in array, whatever we did now, that you can do it over here also. Okay. This also you can try. And then for loop also. So ng from Angular, ng for, and from JavaScript, array and for loop you can try. Okay. Fine then. Let's connect tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.